Alright, I guess we should talk about the shark in the room. The shark, of course, being a megalodon, and the megalodon, of course, being the Meg 2, The Trench. A title that sounds more terrifying than the actual film. The Meg 2, The Trench is a movie. I don't really know how to describe it because the trailers don't describe it super well, and I don't want to ruin the experience. It's a fun movie. It's a popcorn movie. Like, it has everything you look for, but only for like half the movie. The story is. Oh my gosh, the story is simple. As in, Jason Statham fights shark, but it's more convoluted than that. Like, there's an underwater mining operation, there's a traitor on the team. They have all these story beats that are revealed in like the first 30 minutes or so, and then like they just rush through all the like fun stuff that they set up in the film, and then they just don't even fight shark fun. They like fighting shark was kind of lame too, but it was meh. Like, if I wanted to see this movie, I'll just watch the Meg 1 again, even though I do like some of the characters a little more in this film than I did in the first one. For example, the main side character to Jason Statham was way more fun and entertaining to watch in this film than in the previous one. The actor being Jing Woo. He was much more entertaining than most of the other cast in the first Meg movie. But story, Hot Pocket score, cinematics. This movie looks beautiful. It is a cinematic joy to watch, and I saw it in 3D just because I'm like, I gotta see stupid shark. I want to see big shark on big screen. I want to see it come at my face when it charges into the screen and the camera. It looks fantastic. Like, the underwater visuals, every underwater sequence in this film looks amazing. Like, truly breathtaking. Hand grenade for that. Now, directing was alright. Nothing too memorable, but nothing too bad. I'll give it a Hot Pocket score. Now, as I was talking about earlier, the acting in this one I thought was a smidgen better, just because I think the characters were just a tad bit better written. So there were some returning characters in Jason Statham, whose name is, I don't know, IMDb, Jonas Taylor. I prefer Jason Statham. So Jason Statham's character is now an eco-warrior. Then there's Jing Woo, as I mentioned earlier, who is a standout in this film. Very good. I really liked his performance and his character. Then there's the little girl from the first one. There is the character of Mac from the first one, and the character of DJ, who both return from the previous film. And then there's this actor who just looks like a great value brand version of Antonio Banderas mixed in with Pedro Pascal, and his attitude is of that of Machete. He is... Honestly, the villains of this movie were so lame and so unnecessary that when I saw them show up in the third act, I was kind of upset, because I wanted to see Jason Statham fight shark, and Jason Statham wasn't able to fight shark because of this stupid little bad guy who did nothing the whole movie. As a matter of fact, that guy I just mentioned should have died like 5 times and didn't die until the end. And even then, at that point, I'm not sure if he did die, because that motherfucker just survived death at every goddamn turn. So he might as well survived still. But not the point, besides the point. But the acting in this one, I actually did really enjoy, so I'll give it a hand grenade score there. My expectations and experience, I almost didn't see this movie until a friend of mine just said, hey, what are you doing tonight? I kind of want to see the Meg 2. Would you be down to join me? And I'm like, sure. And so we went to go see the Meg 2, and I got to see Jason Statham beat up Shark. So that was entertaining. And in 3D, I made some new friends at the theater. This group of high schoolers just sat next to me, and then we started having a little convo. I was talking about how I just wanted to see at least one big shark, and then the guy claps back and says, I wanted to see at least one big squid. And I'm like, ooh, interesting. Bold of you to want to see a big squid and big shark movie. Another fun thing about the experience was that there was these two girls sitting on the other side of me and my buddy, and just randomly they started laughing during the previews that I sort of got confused on what trailer we were even watching. Like, me and the guy beforehand, we were just chatting, joking about what movie we were seeing, and he's like, yeah, we're seeing the Barbie movie, right? And I'm like, no, I thought this was Oppenheimer. And he's like, oh shit, I'm not 18. And then these girls just start cackling, laughing at everything, which is very funny. It did make the experience just a tad bit better. But honestly, Jason Statham did not punch enough sharks, so I did not love a movie. But could have been better if they had just toned down a little bit. And my other complaint is there should have been more rock songs in this film. Like, they open the movie up with a rock song, but they don't play another rock song. I think every action sequence should have had a rock song, especially at the end when it's like the most climactic. It should have been playing like some sort of rock song, some rock and roll, just to make it like more fun to watch, because it was missing some fun. That's what I'm gonna say about this film. Something else is that I had to complain about is that they have all these throwaway characters that they're obviously throwaway characters, but they kill them off way too quickly. Like, I like what they did with the first death. That was good. But then they killed two more, like, back to back from one another. Honestly, the third character death of this film was probably the most gruesome death I've seen in a PG-13 movie. Like, it is, that one was fucked up, honestly. But other than that, my experience, I'll give it a Hot Pocket score. Like, I enjoyed it, but it didn't blow me out of the park. It didn't explode. It wasn't explosive enough, which is weird since there were a lot of explosions. It did not really meet my expectations, so, like I said, Hot Pocket score. Overall, I'm gonna say that this movie is a certified Hot Pocket movie. Like, you'll eat it once, but if you keep eating it, you're gonna get sick of it really, really quickly. But it's alright. I suggest probably checking it out drunk and taking a shot every time they say the word Megalodon or Meg. But other than that, leave a like if you enjoyed, comment down below if you've seen the Meg 2, or you're like, why did this video get recommended to me? And if you enjoyed, subscribe if you haven't already. And other than that, I'll leave you guys to it.